It's December, and that means Ask Dash. Let's get into another one. Hey yo, this is Dash, and we're back at it for another response in the Ask Dash series. 2022 Ask Dash, here we go. So today's question comes from my man Bumpy. Bumpy lives on the other side of town, and Bumpy and I hooked up earlier this summer. Thank you, sir, for the, he hooked me up with a catering job or on-site grilling gig because he was going to be out of town. So he told them to reach out to me, and it worked out. Put a couple dollars in my pocket. Bumpy says, will Dash be starting a podcast in 2023? And some of the Ask Dash questions as topics. And will you light a fire in Priscilla or Freeda? Because inquiring minds want to know how they burn. So I just want to say y'all have the best memories ever. So Bumpy asked if I will be starting a podcast. I barely have enough time to water my own lawn, and I only water the lawn when it rains, dog. I don't know how I could film a podcast aside from doing something that would be like a, I don't know. I have no idea how that would look. But I'm going to tell you this. As I have been watching and seeing people who are basically answering questions and then filming it and calling it a podcast, that is something that I could do. I just don't know how I would do it, because when, like, for this whole Ask Dash series, I did this a long time ago to make it easy on me as I traveled. And then what this month ends up being is a lot more work for me, because I'm editing videos for every single day, doing everything that's necessary for every single day. And if you guys haven't noticed, as of late, I have not been putting out videos because, quite frankly, I haven't had the time or the drive to want to get videos done. I have been cooking different things around the house. I've been saying, oh, this might make a good video, or I have started a few different videos, but it just doesn't work out in the end. Therefore, you have been getting live streams, and that's about it from me for the past few months. With those things being said, I don't know how, and this is in reality, I don't know how I could film a podcast. Or I wouldn't necessarily go down the natural route of probably doing a podcast. My medium of choice is freaking the wind, you know. Anyway, my medium of choice is video, but I can always film a video and parse the audio and put the audio somewhere different other than just my YouTube channel. So is it out of the realm of possibility? No. Is it something that is on the forefront of what it is I'm thinking I'm going to do? Probably not. Probably not just yet. Just yet. But we shall see. We shall see. And Priscilla is sitting off to my right, behind the camera, off to my right. And I know that I need to get in here and do something with Priscilla. I lost motivation with that cooker. And Freeda is also in the corner, tucked away. She's in a safe space. I just have not had had a good reason to fire up that one either. Priscilla, I have not cooked in because I started down the path and then I changed direction, and then I didn't know what direction I wanted to go in. I just kind of came to a fork in the road, and I have not figured out which direction I want to go in. Freeda, on the other hand, I won't say it's been an excuse, but it really has been an excuse that I haven't had anything to use, or I haven't had a cook big enough to use Freeda on. Now that the pandemic is pretty much over, and we are getting back to having on-site things for other things, or having on-site things again, I probably will pull Freeda out and take Freeda with me on cooks for next summer. One thing, and I said this from the beginning, I want to change the way the chassis is. I really would like to put Freeda on some sort of basket or some sort of cart to make it easier to roll Freeda along, because the way the wheels are on that cooker now, they're fixed, and that just doesn't it's not going to work with how I would like to have it. So I have to figure out like a system, a way to mount that cooker onto something else to make it more usable for my use, for how I would use that cooker. Other than that, I don't know. Those two cookers are kind of sitting off to the corner, and it's not that I have forgotten about them. I just haven't had a good use for them yet. I've told you guys in the past that I look at all of my cookers, my grills, my smokers, any cooker I have around the house as a tool, and I haven't found the right job for that particular tool. You have that tool that sits in your toolbox, and I'm pointing to my toolbox right behind me. You have that tool that sits in your toolbox, and you know it's there, and when you need that tool, you have it. That's how I feel about Priscilla and Freeda. I have those two tools in my toolbox, in my arsenal. I just haven't found the right thing to call them up and say, okay, this is going to be your job, or this is the thing you are going to take care of. So, you know, at some point, I will just be like, all right, you know what? I'm going to play with this tool today, and we're going to pull it out of the corner and see what it does, and we can kind of go from there. Let's see, Priscilla is, I won't say on the chopping block, but I have said that I wanted to get, you know, sell Priscilla and get the money I put into it out. I think, I mean, somebody wants to offer me $750 for Priscilla, kind of as is. You can have her. Once I finish doing the stuff to it, she'll be no less than $1,000. So if you want Priscilla, speak up. Speak now or forever hold your peace, because we might be able to work something out. Anyway, thank you guys so very much, as always, for watching. Don't forget, don't be bashful. Leave your question in the comments down below, and if I can get to it, I will, and answer it in a timely fashion before the end of the month. So, thanks again, as always, for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.